Help you over me. I love all kinds of music. Hey, I went to Walmart today. I got new headphones. Man, I'm going through headphones like it's water. Keep ripping them apart. I know. I may want to ask. No, I tried those expensive wireless ones. I can never get the stuff connected right. So I bought two new sets of headphones. I still got maybe three or four in the back. I have. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I love, I love all kinds of music. All kinds of music. I know I've been talking a lot about, me getting better, this and that, and everybody remembers the roller skating thing. I mean, the best times in my life was roller skating days. 15 years old to like late 20s. I worked at three different rinks, not naming all the other rinks I used to skate at. There was like maybe three or four other rinks I used to skate at, but I worked at three. Here's proof. The last rink I skated, the last rink I worked at, that is proof. Wheels in motion. Don't forget the wheels. Someday I will roller skate again. Look at that wheel go. That skate is like, I think, 30 years old. And it still works like a charm. The problem is, I get my knee fix. So, one knee fix, and then the second one, it takes time. But I am excited. I am really excited. But you know what? Let me talk about music. That's why I posted this before. I always any kind of music. I love any kind of music. You know when you hear a certain sound on a song, it just hits you deep down inside. And then when you haven't heard a song in a long while, or a sound, or some sort of kind of music, and you haven't heard it from years and years, it still hits you deep down inside. But when you grow up with certain kinds of music, that you like best, that was a big part of your life, I would have to say freestyle. Because back in my day, I used to shuffle skate from one ring to the other ring to the other ring. I used to shuffle skate. So right now, I'm in the mood to listen to all my freestyle, you know. And but you know what? I still love the old school songs, the songs you grew up with as a kid. Your father track, and you're sitting, and you're laying in the back seat. My father had an old Chevy Monte Carlo. Remember the old Chevy Monte Carlo? It was blue. It had the freestyle. It had like a little groove in the back. Had a big seat in the back, and I would just sit there and lay in the back. My father would put the 8-track in, play whatever, or not even an 8-track, not even an 8-track. Just turn the radio on to the old school music, like in the he would listen to the 50s stuff. But man, music. I love all kinds of music. I miss my father to death. Lost him 22 years ago, maybe longer than that. But he would have that Monte Carlo. Oh my God! Then he went to got one of those, shaggy vans. My father, it was, it wasn't great. It wasn't a great van. Remember those old school vans? You had the window in the back, the little bowl window in the back, or whatever. He bought it cheap. My father didn't have much, and my parents went through such a bad divorce. It's not even funny. And my father, I have a picture of my father at Monte Carlo. He was so happy to get that car because after my parents divorced. But let me go back to the music. Oh man, I love music. I love all kinds of music. I even like country. You think I don't like country? I love country. There's certain songs I like country. All right. Hey, J Rock. Hey, it's on you. I'm just talking about music. Just talking about music. That's why I posted it. Just talking about music. So, when it all comes down to, when I was 15 years old, I had my friends, and my best friend, let's go to the skating rink. Okay. Next thing I know, I'm like hooked skating. I would actually, I posted it earlier. I would actually, because I could walk there, it was a mall. It's one of the oldest malls in New Jersey. Willowbrook Mall. Willowbrook Mall. Look it up. Willowbrook Mall in New Jersey. One of the first biggest malls in that area. It used to be a ice skating rink. I didn't even know this. I found stuff at that Willowbrook Mall before I was even born. But anyway, I always could walk to Willowbrook Mall, and then the rink was at West Belt Mall, which is a mall next to it. So, even though skating wasn't a career for me, but you know what? My parents got divorced. It was a thing for me, so my friend got me there, and that was the thing. I can always go to the skating rink. Even in the summertime, the rink was dead. On a Sunday afternoon, there was nobody there. I walked there and I walked back home. But you know what? I went there anyway. It was a place to be. I had nothing else to do. Didn't want to be alone. I took my skates on my shoulder. Not ice skating, roller skates. Whatever I could afford at the time, or whatever I got. Went there and I learned my ass off to go backward skating. There was no one there. So, you know what? No matter what I did, I can practice and practice and practice how to skate better. And that's what I did. But what's one little kid do when they're 15 years old? Nothing on a Sunday, nowhere to go, but walk to a skating rink. The place is empty, but you know what? I skated anyway to learn how to skate. And that's why it's so big now today. And then next thing you know, a year later, I got a job there. And then a year later after that, as a skate guard, job there as a skate guard. A year later after that, I skate guard / DJ. I started DJing there. So, and then, so when I DJ'd, it was great. I kept that place running till the place died. But you know what? This was my life. I wasn't driving. I had a place to walk to. Nobody's around. My mother's doing one thing. My father's doing his own thing because it's a bad divorce. And God knows what my little brother's doing. He's with his friend or whatever. My sister, I don't even know where my sister was even at. So I'm the middle child, So that's what I did. This is why I love freestyle music so much. This is why I get a little crazy about skating. And like I said, I posted it before. Lose Emotion, the jacket, the last rink I worked at. But other than that, I go through life. I love all kinds of music. Back then, in my 20s, started hanging out with my best friend again. I don't know if anybody knows about Paterson, New Jersey, but, it's not a good place. But back then, before the 90s, or around the 90s, I had good friends. My aunt still lives there to this day, but a good neighborhood. But today, not so much. But it's her house. But, Paterson, way back in the day, it's such a historic place. You got the Great Falls in Paterson. Just look it up. Paterson. There's a lot of good places in Paterson. It's what New Jersey's all about. But it's all corrupted now. Paterson. It's so corrupted, but there's still a lot of history in New Jersey and Paterson. Everybody watch the show Elvis Costello? I don't know. There's a lot of history there. But, the way the world is now today, a lot of stuff's corrupted. Everything's a mess. Back then, we never had cell phones. We never had to call my mother this and that, or we never had cell phones. My 20s and 30s, we never had cell phones. But then technology rolls in, And now I can watch almost anything and everything on YouTube, which I'm doing right now. Let me go back to music, so then the skating thing, but I move on in my life, good job, but I always love all kinds of music, like rap, back in the day. If you don't believe me, I'm not a rapper, but I did a little breakdancing. little, little, a little. But but I was more into the skating thing. I right, I can dance on 8 wheels. I can dance on 8 wheels. You'd be amazed what I could do in my prime back in my day. I was amazing. The stuff they you see, back then you can't post a video of what I've done. They can only post videos of what you see now. There was no cameras or anything like that. So stuff you see, if there was videos and cameras and everything, you'd be amazed at what I've done and what I could do on 8 wheels. Other than that, I move on, hanging out, this and that. I move on with the life, Then I started working full time, blah, blah, blah. But, I go with the flow. I love all kinds of music. Michael Jackson. Well, that's a big inspiration. Oh, pardon me. He was a big inspiration in everybody's life. Everybody's life. That's what I think. He was a big inspiration to me because he knows how to adapt to song to song to song. And then Janet Jackson. But then it comes to like rock songs. Like, like I remember I was a kid. What was it? What was that song? What was that band called? You got Van Halen. Twisted Sister. That's the song I was thinking. Band I was thinking of. Twisted Sister. Twisted Sister. As a kid, I think I was maybe 11 years old, playing with my my slot car tracks, and I got Twisted Sister for Christmas. Listening to that, so I'm playing with my little tracks, little car racer tracks, slot car racer tracks, Tyco racer tracks, listening to Twisted Sister. Yeah. Oh my God, those are the days. Here's the thing. I'm not good with names when it comes to songs, but when I hear it, I know it. That's the down point, I'm not good with names, but when I hear a certain song and I just hear a touch of the sound, I know exactly what that song's gonna be. I know exactly what that song's gonna be. There's too many songs, way too many songs that mean a lot to me. That it just I had a big vocabulary of songs in my head. You know, I just hear a tidbit. I should have been a producer, a music producer. I should have. After the knowledge I know, I should have been a music producer. You know what? My life didn't go that road. Did not go down that road. But I catch up with people that I know that moved on to that situation. Good for them. I just came in contact with a friend. I didn't even realize he was still doing that. Who's that though? It was way back in the day, way back in the roller skating days. But there's so much music. You know, and there's always certain songs you love to listen to. Like there's one Pat Benatar, one of my favorites. You know, you know. Oh, did I have a crush on her? I had a big crush on Pat Benatar when I was young. You had the posters of, Farrah Fawcett or whatever. I like Pat Benatar. And then Stevie Nicks, when she was not, I think it was Ariel Speedwagon, when she was doing her own thing, Stevie Nicks, oh my God. Seven, like I said, I can't think of the name, but oh my God, Stevie Nicks. I had a big crush on her too, but you know what? She was still singing recently. She had a concert or something, and then it fell out. And I think the Foo Fighters came in and took over. I think. I don't know, it's been a while. Oh my God. Eminem, Linkin Park. Those were the things I was really into, like, in the past 2 years. But that's when I was kind of in my downfall in my life, trying to get surgery and this and that. But you know what? There's always a song. Here's the thing. There's always a song. If you're in any kind of mood, you need to listen to a certain song. You want to hear it? Listen to it. If you feel down, sometimes, no matter how depressed you feel, whatever, sometimes when you listen to music, it always brings you up. Always. Music is like the biggest part of my life. The biggest part of my life. But I always get over how I feel, but you know what? When you're feeling however you're feeling, there's always a song you can listen to. Sad, happy, whatever it is. There's always a song. You're happy, you want to listen to it. If you're sad, you want to listen to that certain song. If you're lonely, there's a certain song you want to listen to. There's always music out there. Always music out there. That's how, it's like I said, music is a big part of my life. It always gets me through anything. So, hi everyone that showed up. Thanks for the likes. I hope that means anything to anyone. Music is a big part of my life. Big part. I always go back to listen to music. On these new headphones I got today. Anyway, I want to say, everybody, keep it cool out there. Be safe. Cherish everything in your life. Don't forget, don't take advantage of anything. Because sometimes, I'm getting stupid. I'm thinking too much. So anyway, keep it cool out there. Cherish everything in your life. Have a good one. Bye. Take care, everyone. Bye.